get your Android navigation. I'm, I don't. I'm back to playing this game. Hopefully YouTube doesn't disconnect and everything. Even earlier it told me I couldn't live stream, and I don't know why. Not sure why. It told me live streaming is unavailable. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess, yeah. I'll try again. Honestly, I don't know if I should share my initial thoughts for this game. Um, I, I already played technically around almost an hour. I think around 60 minutes. And I didn't get very far. I felt story-wise, which was weird. It, I don't know if maybe I should wait till afterwards. For initial thoughts, the pacing seems very slow. I didn't save anything because I didn't think I got anywhere that important, if I'm gonna be honest. Anyways, I'm gonna start the game now. Start. It was a lot of dialogue. So faster, Micah, faster. You have to keep moving or else, oh god, they're gating on us. Should I go auto? Micah ran through the forest as quickly as her legs would carry her, which, given how exhausted she felt, was not very. She tried to obey Henry's orders, fearful for both letting her friend down and of the shadowy figures who pursued them, but her body refused to listen. Her legs felt numb and insensible, as unfeeling as marble, but as far weaker. See, this is what I meant earlier, where the pacing felt slow, because we already kind of explained that she was tired. And here we are explaining again that she's tired. But I do say I like the premise of the visual novel and the art. The art's really pretty. It was though nothing save sheer force of will that she was able to keep going, for all of her strength had already abandoned her. Like, read it. Though Micah continued to run staggeringly blindly through the fog, she feared it was already a lost cause. She was but a young woman, slender and while not so very short, quite unaccustomed to exerting herself. She was not like Henny, who spent her days on her hands and knees, polishing the floors and blackening the fireplaces. Micah's fingers were white as ivory, while Henny's, I keep saying Henry, while Henny's were red raw through demeaning and demanding and often physical labor. Micah's lungs, meanwhile, were straining from the agonizing effort of running. That was the opening. Like, we already learned that through the opening, like, her exhaustion through running. But, yeah. I feel like I'm just making it go. I'm sorry. Never had she known that the act of merely existing could be so exhausting. That part is real. Micah, please, you need to hurry. Quickly, Micah. Henny reached to take the whole... Micah... Wait, what? I can't read. Henny reached back to take hold of Micah's hand, her coarse, short fingernails digging into Micah's palm. Henny was gripping so tightly it hurt, but Micah knew that should she lag behind, she would find herself in far greater pain than this. Micah recalled how her father had looked back in their carriage, his eyes wide, his face unusually pale. Micah had never seen her father look so scared before. He was tall, imposing figure of a man, dashing even in his early 50s, who was accustomed to issuing orders and not receiving them. Micah had thought of her father as immovable, much like the oak tree which fielded her family's mausoleum, a tree which stood there for longer than the crypt itself. Though Micah, her father had seemed like a force of nature, one which was impossible to argue with or get the better of. This supposition. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Supposition. Supposition had been turned on its head earlier that night. However, in a mere handful of minutes. For all of his Buster Micah's... Wait, I just realized... Oh no, I just realized my audio was off. God damn it! How long was I was just streaming for like 3 minutes. God damn it! Whatever. No, it's fine. No. For all of his Buster, Micah's father was only human. He was made of flesh and blood, just like Micah. When cut, he bled. He had bled a lot, in fact, all over the plush, upholstered seats of their carriage and onto the floor. His fine clothes had been stained black with the stuff, and the air had stunk of its sharp and metallic. Micah could smell her father's blood on her even now. As she and Henny raced through the forest, she couldn't forget it, however much she wished to. Oh, if the events of that night had nothing more than of a bad dream. Micah wished that the fog would clear and she would wake, her eyelids fluttering to discover herself once more in her bed, in her home, the room flooded with pale sunlight. Micah! But Micah's surroundings did not shift. The trees continued to press in and about her as though they meant to eat her alive. Their shadowy pursuers were beginning to close